Please comment and subscribe.
I mean, it changes every day, to be honest. When I go back and listen to the record, I'm always just like, oh, this one's my favorite. This one's my favorite. But at the moment, there's a song called Undercover that I'm really obsessed with right now. So that's my favorite today, but it'll change tomorrow. So
I thought it was so cool, you guys. It's so embarrassing.
Said
Many times, I look like a little kid. I feel like I look like a kid still.
I am. We have 13 choreographed pieces for the number, and I wanted to get back to when I used to go watch tours. I watched Britney and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and it was really about telling a story through dance. So I have incredible dancers.
Yeah, this was fun with me and my stepdad. We got into a little bit of an argument. There was a lot of boobs. Now he's just protective. Obviously, there was nothing wrong with growing up on Disney, but it was a totally separate world, and it just opened my eyes to so much.
It's a good feeling, especially because they interpret my music differently than I do. It's universal that we can all kind of speak to each other in that way.
It was really fun. I think it was like the first time I tried to be high fashion. But in my defense, it was very Paramore, Ashley Simpson days, and I'm like not apologetic about that phase in my life. I just don't want to see it ever again. Well, this was such a fun chapter of my life. I was shooting a movie called Spring Breakers. You would be, no, you're never gonna see me wear that again.
It was Rock Mafia as a producer that I've worked with for ever since my first album, Naturally, Love You Like a Love Song. They've been with me forever. So
I was 18 years old. This was Love You Like a Love Song, the video that we did for it, which to this day, honestly, is still one of my favorite songs.
Basically, being confident, wanting to make sure that you can exude that, and it's a really beautiful song. So I decided to name the record that.
This is Versace in 2013. It was at the VMAs. I loved this dress. I remember feeling for the first time like a woman. You can laugh at that because that's not high fashion. I remember trying this dress on, and the first thing my stylist said was like, is this too sexy? And I didn't have any doubt in my mind. I said, the dress isn't about being sexy. The dress is a statement. It's going to feel like I'm carrying this Versace piece of art down a carpet. So this was one of the first times where I was like, all right, I'm feeling it, feeling myself.
Yeah, this is my first world tour, so I've actually never really toured over in Europe, and this will be my first time to do that.
To be honest, when I was younger, Taylor inspired me a lot when it comes to like wardrobe and stage outfits. I had such a beautiful time shaping this dress. I think that we came together and built something really beautiful and something that fit me really well. That was one of the moments where I was like, I don't have to be that 19-year-old body shape anymore because I'm not. This was at the American Music Awards, 2015, Givenchy. This was one of the looks that I felt like I got it. Everything worked so well. I performed one of my songs, Same Old Love, that night as well. Let me just be honest, because television and live music is hard. Will I do it? Absolutely, because that's the opportunity to share what I love. So I just go into it saying, all right, I'm gonna convey my message, and I don't care how my voice is gonna sound. I'm just gonna do the best I can. It was almost that simpleness with a bit of edge that made it amazing. It's like one of those moments like, what's she gonna do? And I knew that people were talking in that manner. And when I put this dress on, it was like, this is the moment I want to have, and I loved it so much.
They kind of have this feel with me where I'm just more in a great time in my life, and they wrote this song for me, so it's beautiful. It's actually in the song, the lyric is, I can make the stars dance.
To me, felt very 90s. The top had this leather feel to it, and the boots looked so different than high heels, but added that grunginess, and it was also very comfortable. I felt like this outfit didn't need anything. As far as my hair and makeup, it was just, this was one of my favorite looks because I felt like I was wearing something that was fashionable, that needed its own moment, and it wasn't over the top.
Stoked for that. I've never been able to perform for my fans thousands of miles away, and that's gonna be really fun for me.
So this is 2016 on my revival tour. All right, it's so hard to tour and when you're a female because you have all of this pressure to add multiple looks throughout the show and you want it to pop, but you have to make it comfortable for yourself and realistic to dance in or to perform in. This one we did for the opening act.
It's interesting. This was actually the longest that I ever spent on a record. You know, every other one I kind of rushed and kind of wanted to put together. So this one actually came at the end. Come and Get It was one of the last songs I recorded to put on the record and ended up being the first single. So it's beautiful. I think it definitely exudes the place I'm in. It's confident, it's sensual, it's fun. So
do I put it on and try to sing? Sometimes.
Well, it depends. It's usually in her kitchen baking something that's really unhealthy and then just like dancing like we're 5 years old. But if we go to award shows...
Every moment of it, if you put me on a stage right now, it is the best feeling in the whole world. See me? I said I want to think very Audrey Hepburn simple. My makeup's not over the top. There's really barely an accessory. It was just like once I put the dress on, I was like, I'm ready to be me. I'm ready to step into this world and reclaim my name.
Well, it's actually a name of the song on the album, so it's important to me. I mean, obviously with the music coming up and touring, it's going to be kind of hard, but we've already made pacts. They're going to come visit me on tour, come stay with me for a week, and yeah, well, I'll Skype, iChat, all of that. We'll be able to see each other, but I will miss them. That's the hard part about being on tour.
This is probably my favorite outfit I ever wore was because I took a break from a little bit of the craziness I live in. And I remember I was stepping to literally fresh off of me, really taking care of myself.
Single's definitely going to be a little bit more fast-paced and harder, which is cool.
Everyday life is classic, but I'm also such a character, so it depends on what character I am that day. It's in here, guys! 2019, Versace, AMAs. Gotta say, I have some great moments at the AMAs.
Yeah, of course, because in the midst of music today and what's cool and what's becoming successful.
I'm gonna give the title away, but it's gonna be a lot different than Come and Get It. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. You know, Come and Get It was more of like the tribal vibe, a little bit more of an urban feel.
Well, first off, I'm a girl, so I change my mind all the time.
My time to cross over and become a pop star, whatever that was to me then.
Thank you. I love acting as well, so I've been trying to balance both as best as I can.
I agree with you on that. I love touring Canada. That was actually one of my favorite places. We started in Victoria and ended up here, so it was fun, and I can't imagine how even better and bigger it's going to be for this time around.
No, I can be a bunch of different people.
It's just, I mean, seeing my fans, I think that's the best feeling. You know, you're in a studio by yourself with these producers working so hard on music, and then being able to perform it and actually see their faces and just dance with them. It's like an adrenaline rush. There's nothing like it.
Louis Vuitton. 2016, this was probably top 5 of my favorite looks.
It's great to have that connection with us. I try to, though. I try to hang out with my friends and just have a good time and be normal as best as I can.
Now, do you actually...
This is Lisette 2019, and it was kind of a pajama look. So as I got older, I'm trying to mix fashion with comfort. So I remember I wore sneakers with this outfit and went to dinner with my friends. And I remember I felt beautiful. I'm so happy. I'll change into 7 different outfits just for one night, and it's just like, who do I want to be tonight? Like, we know.
I mean, it does get hard. I mean, I'm still friends with people that I went to 3rd grade with, you know, back home in Texas. And then also I've been able to make incredible new friends in this industry that I've been, you know, able to relate to, too. So it's nice to have a good balance of both. And I try my hardest. My friends mean everything to me. So I try to keep that up as best as I can.
Especially traveling. So this app is really cool. Basically, you can take a picture on your iPhone and you can turn it into a postcard, put a little message. You could do your own signature and send it to anybody you want, and it comes within 24 to 48 hours to their house. So I've been sending them a lot. So what I mean,
occasionally it does, but ultimately it's all I know, you know. I mean, I love what I do. I love my job, and I'm very blessed to be able to do everything that I get to do.
I
And
have never had a spring break. Do I feel like I've experienced it through this movie? Yes. Will I go on spring break again? Nope.